Oh yeah, this is happening. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Right on. Nothing to it. Okay, so you can probably guess by now, I just left Bowcycle North. Got done dealing with Mr. DSG, and I am riding away on a brand new 2017 Yamaha FJ-09. I had been thinking about this for a while. I was doing some research, I was reading some different reviews, and you know, I was reading some certain articles and stuff like that. There's a certain direction I want to go with this bike, so I'm going to save that for another video, my plans for this. But for the price and for what I wanted to do with it, this was the bike that was going to be ideal. So I went on down a couple weeks ago, Saturday after I got off work one time, and spent some time with DSG talking about it, checking it out, and then I went home, thought about it a little bit more and stuff like that, and then yeah, I just popped by one day after work and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll take it. You know, obviously when it comes to the Japanese type bikes, they're a lot more affordable than say a Harley Davidson, so the payments were not very bad at all. Those bastards didn't even give me a full tank of gas. What the hell? I buy a brand new bike and then I'm gonna have to put like $7 in to fill it? That's just, whatever. At least it didn't get ridden to the gas station, right? So I am the only person to have ridden this bike. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, I had never ridden this bike before. I mean, I rode the FZ09, which is the exact same engine, transmission, and stuff like that. But, like, this bike's more upright, and it's got the hand guards and the fairing on the front, you know, fairing on the gas tank and stuff like that. So, I was a little bit concerned because I was like, oh, man, I hate buying something without riding it, you know. And I know some places, like, they let you take stuff for test rides and whatnot, but not very many places in Canada will let you ride the bike like without it being a demo event, you know, and then you could go to that demo event and you might not even get the bike that you originally went there to ride. Like if there's like 6 people that want to ride the FJ09 and you're 5th in line, I mean, I guess you're spending the day there, right? So that kind of sucks a little bit, but so far, it's feeling pretty good. Like there is a wind today, but you know, these hand guards actually seem to kind of do their job. Like I can't really feel it on my hands, and then most of it's getting bounced over my helmet. I can feel a little bit on my chest, but you know, definitely nowhere near as much as when you have a naked bike. Let's do the true test though, and open the visor. Yeah, no, it's not instant eye watering, so that windshield definitely seems to kind of do its job. And as we go around this bend here, we're going to be heading straight into the wind. So let's just give it a second here. And then, okay. All right, yeah, I could kind of feel it at the top of my helmet. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Seems to work all right. I got to remember where the signal lights are on these Yamahas. I am pretty well riding this thing straight home because there's a couple of things I gotta do to it. I cannot stand the way certain like bikes roll off the showroom floor. So I'm gonna check in with you guys at the garage and I'm gonna show you what and why, and you'll be like, don't worry, it's free modifications, and I think it really cleans up the look of a bike. Alright, so here we are at home. I'm gonna have to do something here in the garage because both bikes end-to-end isn't working for me, so I mean, I guess I could do something with the chairs, but no. So what I have to do to the bike is I gotta remove these stickers, and then I gotta remove this reflector, and then I want to remove this reflector and this little plate mount, and I'm gonna see if on these bolts I can attach the plate there. So I told you it was free mods, and it makes the bike look a lot better because goddamn, that looks awful. Like, yeah, this whole monstrosity looks awful, but having these reflectors hang off, nothing screams noob like reflectors on your bike. All right, so for this first one here, it's just an 8mm. There's a little nut in the backside there, so take that out, get that reflector off. All right, so there you go. You see that reflector's off. Yes, it leaves a couple of tiny little holes in there, but you know what? I think those look better than a big old reflector. For this big disgusting mess, you got two 10mm in the back, so go ahead and take those out. So there you have it. This is off. And now I'm going to see if my Alberta plate will match up with that. Okay, so the plate fitment took a little bit of, I had to wind these holes out a little bit just with a drill bit, so that's not a big deal. And then I was able to use the factory nuts on the backside. I decided to put red Loctite on them just because now that I'm changing up the mount and stuff, I just don't want them to vibrate loose, and I don't plan to take this plate off. Okay, so looking a little bit closer at this front bracket, I can't tell if this holds the ABS line or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the time and I'm going to get the 10mm off the back of the reflector, and then I'm going to pop that off just so that I don't have to undo the brake caliper bolt, because that's what secures this on. And on the non-ABS version like the FZ-09, you can just take this whole bracket off, throw it right out, and then the brake line's secured here, so it's not a big deal. I just don't want to pull this off and then find out, crap, I got to put it back on. So get the 10mm that's just right behind here. So my mistake, that's actually an 8mm, so get the 8mm off. And okay, so now we can actually see where that was, and now I can see that there's really no point to this bracket other than creating a future chafe for this ABS wire. The ABS wire is secured here and it's secured here, so there's no way for it to go into the brakes or something, especially while riding. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this bolt out, get this bracket off. This caliper bolt had red Loctite on it from the factory, so make sure you put at least minimum blue back on there, and then snug this down and torque it to 25 foot-pounds. Now that I know not to waste my time with that stupid reflector, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this bolt out and get that bracket off. So don't forget to put red Loctite on that and torque it. Yeah, there we go. Doing that one-handed kind of twist the handlebars on you, so when you're working by yourself, just hold on to the front of that tire, and then you're, because 25 foot-pounds isn't very much. Okay, so there you have it. About 15 minutes of your time, couple of basic sockets and stuff, torque wrench. You can get those god-awful reflectors off the front. Having a drill bit handy just to remount your license plate, unless where you're from your license plate fits perfectly, and a little bit of red Loctite and stuff like that. Your back plate or your back reflectors are going to be gone. Now for these windshield stickers, I'm hoping, because this thing hasn't been in the sun any further than just riding at home, that these will come off without leaving any sort of residue. Yes! Okay, let's see if I can get this one. I don't really have fingernails, so it's not going so good. Come on. Come on. I always hate when you get to right about here and then the rest of the sticker rips off and then it just leaves like that thin layer of glue and crap behind. Perfect. Look at that. Another free mod. Now this sticker, this fuel sticker and helmet sticker, never goes well. I'm hoping because it hasn't been in the sun that it's not going to be as bad. Here we go. Come on. Oh God. Oh God. Oh man. Oh. So far so good. Just a little bit of residue. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh. Oh, we were almost there. Fuck. Okay, so I've got what you need to take that residue off. So
for removing like adhesive residue, man, there is just 10 million ways to get this done. I use Goo Gone, and what I do is I spray a little bit on the towel, and then I you know, rub it into the area like so, and then I let that soak for a few minutes, and then I'll like buff it out and see if there's anything left, put another layer on, let it soak, you know, kind of repeat as needed. Jesus, like there's 10,000 articles out there about this. People using magic eraser wheels, people using lighter fluid, WD-40, use whatever you think's gonna work. Just don't scratch your paint. Okay, so there you have it. Nicely removed sticker, no residue. You take your hand, nothing gets stuck to it. Sweet, we got lucky on that one. I remember one time FNG came over here and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna run inside and grab my helmet. And then I come back out and he's like, fuck man, my tank, like it's all fucked up. And I was like, why would you pull that sticker off like right now? Like it like just left half of it there. And I was like, crap. Okay, so this is turning more into a what you should do once you get your bike home video. These rear shocks are set up for somebody that is 180 pounds. So take your factory tool, and if you weigh more than 180 pounds, crank it. Get it up a couple of notches. Okay, on the FJ09, it's easier if you come in underneath here and hook it, and then you can swing it up. I went one notch. See how it is. If I want to go more, I can go more. And then again, just because the front shocks are set up for someone much smaller than me, I'm gonna wind this in a little bit. Make sure you do both sides the same. And then take this and let's just wind this in. Let's go 3 clicks. Sounds good to me. If you tighten it, it makes it harder. If you loosen it, it makes it softer. Okay, so just again, I mean, remember, like it comes set for a 180 pound rider, so I gave the back one turn, and then you know, I gave these like if you can see in the video here, there's these little notches. I basically wound one notch down and then gave the dampening like a couple of clicks. So I really haven't, like, you know, gone nuts on it, but I've changed it up a little bit. So now I'll ride it from there, see what I think of it. Don't go nuts and just bottom everything out and then be like, oh man, this sucks now. Make it in small increments. So, you know what, just because I feel those techs are pretty incompetent, no offense guys, but oh yeah, look at that right there. My tire is 6 psi low and I've owned the bike for 2 hours. I'm gonna save that little rant for another video. The whole reason I knew to check this is ridiculous, so check your tire pressures next. Jeez, look at that. My front tire is like 8 psi low. Definitely check your tire pressures, guys, after you pick up a brand new bike. Well, alright then. I should be ready to hit the road now. Kind of wonder if I should check some other things that they probably were supposed to check. Jesus Christ. Anyways, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this picking up the new bike video, bringing it home, showing you the things you got to do the second you get it home, and showing you something you better check because maybe your dealership pays attention. Apparently these guys do not. So let me know what you think of the bike. I've got some big plans for it. Definitely some good videos coming with this thing. Let me know what you think. Let me know if your dealership doesn't fill up your tires and stuff like that, because this isn't the only dealership in town that is notorious for being lazy. So that's why I knew to check it. But we'll save the shitty dealership rant for another day. Thanks for taking the time and watching, guys. Make sure you go on and hit that subscribe button. I'm a little rusty on the shifting on these. It's not quite my Barnett heavy-duty clutch spring, so I'm a little
takes a little getting used to on the clutch lever there.